Hey guys, Tyriel here. So here we are with probably the most hyped VR headset ever existed, and of course we are talking about the Valve Index over here. This is the VR headset made directly from Valve, so that means that it's gonna run natively on Steam without anything in the middle. And of course, it's actually been released with the new controllers, the index controllers that are gonna give you some real hand tracking for every single finger. And of course, a big improvement over the Vive ones that we had in the past. So without further ado, let's see what's inside the box. And of course, most important thing, my first impressions using this headset for the first time. And I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be very interesting. So without further ado, let's get inside the box. And here we are with the box, the full kit for the Valve Index that include, of course, the headset, the controllers, the Valve Index controllers, and the base station. So let's crack it open because I can't wait to see what's inside. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Here you are, the Valve Index. Okay, so, hello words, of course. And that's a Velcro here. So here I guess there are all the instructions. We have a little cloth to clean, very nice. And then all the different instructions with all the different colors. Very, very nice. Let's put it on the side a second and let's keep going. So here we have the base station 2.0. So there is a cover on it, of course. And these are the base station for the tracking, 1 and 2 over here. Let's put it on the side a second without breaking them. And now this moment I'm waiting from very long, the index controllers. Here we are. These are super nice and this material is amazing. Okay, so this is how they work. You just put it on and well, you're gonna have finger tracking completely over there. We have the touchpad, we have the thumbstick, A and B button, and this little button, I guess, is the button for Steam. Also, this part has 32 capacitive points over there, so you're gonna understand through an algorithm like the distance of your finger and the fingers that you are using. So more you use it, better it become. And well, here you are. No strap because everything is contained there. You just close it like this and you're pretty much good to go. Just amazing. Look at that. Here you go. And the index part over there. Super nice. Let's put it here and let's take the other one as well. Same controller. Here you go. And it's time for the index itself. This is probably the most hyped VR headset ever. And here we are. This is the cable. It's not super light, but this material is just super nice. And here we have the lenses. And this part should be magnetic, so you can take it out just like this and put it back. So if you have different one that you want to change, well, it's gonna be very, very easy. Of course, VR cover is gonna come out with something very fast. And here we also have the nose part and the audio that is integrated. This is not over-the-ear audio, it's actually a little distant from your ears because it's gonna feel like the audio is actually coming from the exterior. Here we have the front with the front, but let's put it on the side a second and let's keep browsing inside this box. Okay, so keep going. Second level, we have all the cables for the base station. Power cable with this little plug over here and the other plug. Everything is super packed. It's packed so well, by the way. The other adapter, of course, and then here the outlet for the wall. So here we are. So you put it this is the American one, of course. If you are European, you're gonna have the European and the little plug over here. Okay, this is very squishy. It's actually, it seems like made in silicone, something like that. And it's actually for people with smaller heads. You can put it over here and it creates a little padding. So if you are a smaller head like a kid, you can still play with the headset itself. Very, very nice addition for sure. So here the charging cable for the controllers. And yes, they're USB Type-C, so super nice to see. Okay, the little straps, if you want to put on the wrist. Then, for the base station, if we want to put it on a desk, you can use the screw from the bottom, as you can see over here. Or if you want to put it on the wall, like I really suggest to do, you can put it like this. And so you have the perspective from the top to the bottom. That is best way to have the best tracking. Let's take out the other one. We also have some screws from the wall, so we have everything included. And what is here? And here we have another power adapter, that is the one for the cable actually of the index that now we're gonna see, because we're gonna need the power also with the headset. Let's take this box out. We have the valve index, the base stations, the controllers, left and right, the power adapters. We have all the instructions in all the languages. This for the wall and all the different cables to actually attach it. A lot of stuff over here in this box. Let's take this part out and let's go. Okay, so here we are with the Valve Index. I'm using it from a couple of hours. I actually tried different games and of course the introduction with the End Lab, that was very interesting and fun. That's something that you guys have to try also, because I really show you the potential of the Valve Index controllers. By the way, this is not going to be a review, of course, because I'm not using from enough time, but I want to give you my first impressions after this couple of hours to see like a little the most important points in a VR headset and understand what's different with all the others and why it's actually, if it's actually something that you should be interested in and keep following or not. So, first part, of course, is the comfort. I'm not gonna talk too much about the comfort. This is not the most comfortable headset on the market by any mean. It's a design that we already saw with the Deluxe Audio Strap in the original Vive. The paddings though here are a little stiff, so are not the most comfortable on the face, but is also to get you a little closer to the lenses. And we're gonna talk about that a little more in a second to understand why you want actually to get closer to the lenses. You have to tweak it a little to get the right comfort, and for sure I still have to understand how to wear it in the right way to have the right balance, so it's not gonna press on your forehead or on your cheeks too much, but it's gonna be actually like a little hat on top. Then the second thing I want to talk about is actually the audio. This was mind-blowing. This is probably the best audio I ever tried in VR, and I'm not kidding. This is a different design that we never saw, so it's really something that they invented, and I'm super glad that they did, because I hope more manufacturers are gonna use this same thing they're using right now. So there are pretty much two speakers that are laying on top of your ears, and they're not touching them, and as you can see, are open back design. That means that the audio feels like it's coming actually from the outside the room when you are in VR, and that helps a lot to enhance the immersion, because you really feel like you are there. Also the bass are very good, and the sound is crisp and is pretty loud as well. So I really have nothing to complain about them. When it started, just the sound of Steam was like bang, was like, okay, we got it. That's the right one. This is the best audio ever tried, period. Something to consider for sure. And you probably don't even want to remove it to use external headphones, but if you want, you just like flip it up and you use them if you want. But amazing audio, really to consider. And then, of course, we have to talk about visuals. Visuals here are very particular. Here we have a 1440 by 1600 RGB pixel arrangement LCD display, each eye. I know a lot of words over there, but anyway, what you have to know is that it's the same resolution of the Vive Pro or the Odyssey Plus, for example, but in this case in RGB. So that means that it has 3 subpixels instead of 2, and that means that the clarity is much more. This is the most clearest screen I ever tried in VR, and I'm not kidding. But it's an LCD. So what does it mean? Well, the blacks are not that black and the colors are a little dull, and yes, that's true. But it's very clear, even more clear than the Pimax 5K. And the screen door is actually very much reduced. Usually in the RGB pixel arrangement you see those lines, black lines, that can be a little annoying. Here instead are very subtle, and I really like what they did with the screen here. You know, guys, that I'm really for AMOLED displays, so I'm trying to understand this display a little bit, but here there's a trade-off actually on the good part. We have an LCD, of course we lose colors, we could lose black, but at the same time what we gain is the highest refresh rate on the market, and that's the first time that the VR headset goes actually over the 90 Hz, and here we're not getting just 220 but 244 Hz. That is mind-blowing. And for my first impression, do you feel them? Yes, you absolutely feel them. Everything feels more smooth, turning around feels more natural, and when you get out it just feels more natural, and it works. I'm gonna go more in details then in the full reviews, of course, also to see if actually you can keep it with different games. I didn't try enough games to tell you, but in light things you're gonna be able to use it, and it's really nice. I'm gonna let you know as soon as possible. And then, of course, the other thing about visual is the FOV that you guys wanna know. The FOV is how large is your vision, and yes, it's larger than the Vive Pro. It's much larger than the Rift S. And that really depends on how close you get to the lenses with your eyes. There's here a screw for the eye relief, how they call it. So as you can see, the plate goes up and down, and the lenses get closer to your eyes. And when they're closed, they're very close. They actually almost touch your eyes. And there you have the maximum of the FOV. The only thing is you see a little the edges of the screen, so actually feels a little squarish, like it happens actually on the Rift S. Anyway, if you don't want that, well, you just screw it back a little and you get to a regular FOV like the Vive Pro, actually a little more anyway, with the more clarity, and that's very nice to see. I'm very impressed by the visual, actually are much better than I was expecting, and I was expecting a lot, so yeah. Amazing. Cameras in the front are for pass-through, so are not for tracking. For the tracking you use the Valve tracking, so you have all the trackers around, and you need the lighthouses, of course. It's compatible with the 1.0 and 2.0. And the last part that we have to talk about is actually here, the controllers. These are the Valve Index controllers. These are amazing. This is a new way to make controllers where there's no strap. As you can see, you just put it on, and to grab something, what you do, you just grab your controller, and every finger is actually tracked. There are, as I said during the unboxing, 32 capacitive touch sensors just on this part for these 3 fingers, and there's an algorithm to understand better the position of your hand and the position of your finger, so little by little using it, it's gonna actually improve. And all the other buttons are actually capacitive, so you see your finger, your thumb moving all around. You have the thumbstick, you have the touchpad, you have the buttons, so even when you use Oculus games, they're gonna feel completely comfortable. I'm gonna make a video just about them for sure, because these are something completely new that they create a VR 2.0, just this part for my idea, because the immersion is so much more. So I want to talk more about these in the future, and I'm not going to talk too much about them right now. And yeah, guys, I think I'm going a little too long for sure. Just one thing that I want to tell you is the fact that I was really impressed by the unboxing, because everything felt very premium, like when we went back to like the first Oculus Rift or the first HTC Vive, like taking out those boxes was just amazing premium experience. And of course it is premium because here we're paying $1,000 for this guy. But for my first impressions, well, I actually feel okay like spending those money, because I know that I have something that is like really on the edge of the best things you can have right now in VR. I'm really happy by this for now, and for sure I'm gonna let you know more in the future. If you have any question, let me know in the comment below, because of course we're gonna make a review about it. I'm also would like to do a Q&A with you guys, a live Q&A. I never make lives, so this will be the first time we can actually talk a little better one to each other, and so we can answer all the questions about the index that is really particular. I'd say it's actually something new that we're not used to have in the market for now. But yeah, anyway guys, as always, I go too long in details, so let me know what are your questions so we can go through them together and we can organize something. But for now, as always, if you liked the video, like. If you didn't like the video, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more of VR tech, all the next videos. Also the through the lenses, the one about the controllers, also with Windows Mixed Reality if you're a mixed reality guy. And yeah, so much stuff to come right now. So be sure to be in touch. And thanks for watching. See you guys next video. Ciao. Hello.